This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Between the Ropes here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I'm Krista Bacon, here with Christy. How you doing, Christy?
Oh, good. Ready to talk wrestling because there's been a good amount of stuff happening lately.
Yeah, there has, and some stuff coming out from Triple A,
Triple Mania.
Libre, yeah. Where it kind of ties into WWE now that they have bought the rights to that company.
Yep.
And Los Garza, the tag team, I think they're on SmackDown.
Yeah, I think they are, and they're going to take their newly won AAA tag team titles to that particular brand.
Yeah, so that's going to be good. I mean, it's interesting that there is a title change.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of figured it would happen though, but
yeah,
I didn't think it would be them.
No, I didn't think so either. I was just like, kind of like jobbers in a way, but no, they're champs now.
I think this is a way for WWE to go, we want to, to see you prove it.
Yeah. So we'll put you in Triple Mania and see how you do. And they did it.
The question is, will those belts be defended on WWE TV?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because you have talent now from AAA.
Oh yeah. So sure, we're gonna get some AAA tag teams in there in addition to, everyone that we see on Raw and SmackDown anyway, like Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, you name it.
Right. You can
They'll probably be gunning for those tag team belts.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You had a couple TNA wrestlers there.
Mm-hmm.
The Joe brothers were there. Joe Hendry was there. He got a big pop.
He did. His theme in Spanish was hilarious. I was like, oh god.
And everybody singing along.
Everyone's singing along. That's how you know how over he really is.
Well, and they showed him, coming out to his song like he does, and you can't even hear it.
No, because the crowd was so loud.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was deafening.
It was.
In a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. Oh yeah.
Moose was there too.
A lot of good, really good number of people there.
Yeah.
Representing WWE, AAA, TNA, you name it. They were there.
I think, I could be wrong, I think it's free on YouTube.
I think it might be.
Yeah.
Wasn't even sure if it was.
Because they had the poster and they kind of listed where to watch, and I think YouTube was part of it.
Let me look at it real quick here.
For us people here in the States.
Yeah. I hope they have.
Hopefully they have
subtitles. Let's see.
Hopefully they have English translation.
Yeah, I hope they do. I think that whole excuse me. The whole thing was probably in Spanish. I hope they have like English subtitles.
I probably should have learned Spanish.
I should learn Spanish too. I don't know anything about Spanish. No,
I know
I don't see it. All I see is they're live, but they're doing the full. What are you live doing here?
is Triple
Best of John Cena
H.
versus CM Punk marathon that they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing that on YouTube. So nothing on
Speaking
Triple
of-
Media.
Speaking of Punk and Cena, that was a good promo between them.
It was a good. Yep. I think Punk outdid Cena on the mic in that one, and he really wasn't backing down. But do I see him winning at Night of Champions? Sadly, no. I don't. Because why put the belt on Punk when you're doing something else that we're going to talk about, the King and Queen of the Ring tournament, and the King of the Ring winner is going to face Cena for that belt. You don't want to have Punk be a transitional champion. That just doesn't make sense.
Or why don't you have to put it on Punk when you can put it on R-Truth?
Ron Killings.
You
call him by his name. He wants to be called Ron Killings.
I think he's going back and forth with that.
Yeah, he is kind of going back and forth. Oh wait, hi to Thomas. He's in the comments there.
Hey, Thomas. But yeah, you don't have to necessarily put it on Punk.
No, you don't have to put it on
R-Truth.
As cool as that might be, I don't know if they're going to do that. That would be really awesome if they did put the belt on R-Truth, Ron Killings.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Considering the so-called last match of R-Truth or Ron Killings was a non-title match.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
we do have King and Queen of the Ring tournament matches going on.
Yeah, what do you think of that so far?
I mean, the Fatal 4-Ways, that's great and everything, but I feel like the tournament's it's too short. Doesn't feel like, I wish it would go on like a little bit like a week longer, but I think the schedule is clear where you want to make sure you crown the winner at Night of Champions. And I hate the fact Night of Champions is going to be in Saudi Arabia. I'm going, no.
Second year.
Anywhere but there. Yeah, exactly. Second year that King and Queen of the Rings winners are going to be crowned there.
Before last year when they brought it back, the last one was in 2015 in Houston.
Right.
Ironically, it was on my birthday, which was
weird. Oh, jeez. Crazy.
And it was usually in September.
Yeah, it usually was. A good comment from Thomas. I want to see Sammy win King of the Ring, but it's going to be either Cody Rhodes or Jey Uso. So, yeah. Speaking of that, the whole reason why we now know why Jey lost the World Heavyweight title to Gunther.
Reunited and it feels so good, or is it you're next?
It's your next. It's Ace's worst nightmare coming true. It's Goldberg at Saturday night's in it. Saturday night's main event in Atlanta, July 12th. That's the reason why, and I think that is the most dumbest reason to take a title belt off of Jey. I don't care if people think he sucked as a champion. I really don't. There was no reason for that. You can have Gunther versus Goldberg, no title involved. Yeah. You can have it. If Gunther beats Goldberg, then he can have his bragging rights. He can say, I beat Goldberg. Or you can have Goldberg say, I speared Gunther.
There's also a rumor that they want to reunite the Usos.
Yeah, I've heard that. But Jimmy's on SmackDown. What's he doing? I don't honestly know. I know some people think he should be going after the United States title, which is right now being held by his cousin, Jacob Fatu.
Well, and the thing is, too, that the now rumored timeline for the draft is after SummerSlam.
Right. And right now,
So
Jay's in
maybe-
the King of the Ring tournament, and could we get him versus Cody in the final? I think if I remember how the brackets work, those two could face each other in the semis.
So right now, you have Sammy and Orton.
Yep. Cody's in there
Moving
too.
on.
He won his match on SmackDown on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the winner of Bronson Reed,
Mhm.
Jey Uso, who's the
Yep.
mystery person
Yep.
out
People
of that
know about
list,
that. Yep.
Rusev and Sheamus.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it's going to be Sheamus. He's won it
No.
before.
Yeah, he has.
That
I
it
think
matters.
I think he's got his eye on Dominic Mysterio and that Intercontinental title because
Yeah.
he wants to be a Grand Slam champion. That's the one title he's never won in his career.
Bronson Reed. I know Seth's faction wants all the gold.
Oh yeah, they do, but I don't.
Uh,
I don't think it's. I think Bronson Reed has bigger ambitions beyond this.
Rusev, yeah, he's good in WWE.
He just got back.
He just recently came back, so
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna work out. So, but that would be interesting. Him, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso.
Yeah, because they're friends and they've been tag team champions before. They teamed up and beat John Cena and Logan Paul at Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Yeah. But that would be a good matchup, and I'm sure people would want that ticket.
Oh yeah.
I would if I was in the area.
Yeah.
For Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill won her match against Naomi, Nia Jax, and Piper Niven.
Yep. I mean, just seeing Jade pick up Piper Niven for her finishing move, Jaded. I'm like, huh?
We know.
Oh, Jade's strong. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that woman puts in. If you see her flexing and everything like that, she puts in the work in the gym.
Did you see her briefcase? Naomi's.
Naomi's briefcase. Yeah, I'm like, okay. The inside, I think there's a caution tape, a taser. There might be some razor blades in there somewhere.
Right.
Right. I don't know. Oh, they set up the brackets stupidly instead of Raw versus SmackDown in the finals. It could be all Raw, all SmackDown final. Well, yeah, he's got a point.
I could tell they wanted to change it up a little bit.
Kind of mix it up and make things more interesting, I guess. But yeah, Thomas has a valid point there.
So let's see. I don't know. And then in the other women's bracket, you have Asuka.
Yeah, she's coming back from an injury. Yeah.
Raquel Rodriguez and Stephanie Vacquier.
Oh, I know.
I think Stephanie. I think either Stephanie or Asuka.
I'm gonna go. It would allow me to do this.
I think.
I'm trying to get the picture of the lock screen of my phone. It will tell you who I want to win. That's for sure. Let's see, where you at? Where you at?
Asuka.
Well, she's no.
Stephanie.
Stephanie. Definitely Stephanie. I mean, she's up and coming. She's up and coming. She's becoming very popular. I mean, people are really, really liking her. Yeah. I mean, when she does her signature move, Devil's Kiss. I mean, we used to get R-Truth doing his thing. We got McAfee doing it. And I'm like, what's more funny? Like, they're both just as funny.
No, like, I mean, it's funny. The crowd.
It's the most over move in all of WWE, and it's all because of her.
I think I shared it in our group chat.
Yeah.
But there is a couple. I don't know if this is staged or not.
Right.
There is a couple watching wrestling, and they're watching Stephanie's move, and the wife's like, "You're cheating on me," or something like that.
Oh man. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yikes. But she's so over. I know Asuka's coming back, but I think Stephanie did really well in the Money in the Bank ladder match. For her first ladder match, she did incredibly well. I let her progress and face Alexa Bliss in the semis.
Right.
Yeah,
That would be good.
that would be cool.
Let's see. As far as Night of Champions goes, we have, I guess you could say 3 matches. We talked about 2 of them.
Yeah. Yep, we did.
And now you have CM Punk versus John Cena.
Yep, you add that to the mix.
Maybe.
Everybody's
saying that Punk was not. He was originally part of it, and they took him out of the advertisement. Now they put him back in the.
They put him back. You also have the possibility of a certain gentleman carrying the Money in the Bank briefcase, because that maybe where Seth Rollins could come in or something. I don't know. Oh, Thomas, I would be shocked if Stephanie doesn't win tomorrow night. I mean, I would be too. But yeah, Seth Rollins could be lurking. We know he has a beef with CM Punk.
Yeah.
But if Punk wins the title, then that means Rollins could cash in on it. But I'm thinking Seth's waiting, and he's waiting until a certain moment. Like, I don't know. Maybe Saturday night's main event. Say Gunther beats Goldberg and retains that championship. I mean, who's to say a cash-in wouldn't happen there?
I think he's scared of Gunther.
I don't think he is. I think he's just going to wait till Gunther's completely beaten down, and then he's going to go after him. I mean, we'll just flip in the book as far as I'm concerned. Wait till they're weak, and then you can go after. I mean, Rollins has had it happen to him before, where he's been beaten up and he can't defend himself and gets cashed in on.
That or they could say no disqualification match.
Or something like that,
you put somebody like Bronson Reed in there, does the dirty work.
You could have both Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker beat the crap out of Gunther to such a point that Seth is like, all right, I'm cashing in, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
That's a possibility, but who knows what they're going to do with Rollins in the briefcase? I have no idea.
I've heard that a name's going to be coming soon.
Ooh.
For his faction. And that, the music producers or whoever that works for WWE, Def Rebel, I think it is.
Yeah, that's Def Rebel.
Well, they're not doing their music.
Yeah, I heard Rollins might be getting
else
a dated theme song. I heard he might.
He's such a
huge. Oh yeah, I keep thinking, is it some sort of metal band that he's a huge fan of? Because if you know anything about Rollins, he's a huge. He's a big metal fan.
He's not getting new music.
No.
Right, he's not getting the music.
Okay, he's not. You're right.
Right. So.
Ooh,
but it's going to be an outside.
More like a mainstream band or something like that. So Thomas, I'm still thinking that Sammy wins King of the Ring, then beats Gunther at SummerSlam, but then Seth cashes on Sammy. Yeah, that's another possibility as well. Definitely another possibility right there. Just in all honesty, I don't see Rollins going after Cena on that title, or even if Cody beats, like say Cody wins King of the Ring, he faces Cena at SummerSlam and wins. I don't see Seth cashing in on him.
That or a little birdie of his, Karrion Kross, doesn't say don't do it, Sammy, don't do it.
Sammy, don't do it.
Yeah.
Seth's gonna get you, Sammy.
Right. So I mean, that could happen.
That too, yeah. And speaking of Karrion Kross, there are people who are mad about Jey Uso being in here, because there are those who are saying, look, Kross is a top merch seller. He's popular. If you're going to push him, put him in the damn tournament. But no, they decided not to. Oh, and Sammy chases through WrestleMania. Possible. But Cross is still lurking around. Would still be by this point lurking around, or out of, or he and Scarlett are gone from the company because they're not doing anything with him except to have like Cross be the the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. Cross would be the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Wyatt Six
Wyatt
in tag
Six.
team competition?
Yeah, I don't mind it, but I just feel like ever since they debuted, they had such potential to be this creepy, scary faction that really grabs people's attention, and I just feel like that's been wasted because I don't think WWE knows what to do with these people. They really don't. I mean, yeah, you had on SmackDown, you had Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy from the Wyatt Six go up against Motor City Machine Guns in a really good match. I just feel like any enthusiasm, any excitement over the Wyatt Six is dissipated. And it's honestly sad.
So I heard that they're just missing like one key, or a couple key things like catchphrases or just getting along with, the fans because they get them hooked when they enter.
Yeah.
But then the matches start and then they're just all quiet.
Right. It's just strange. Because this was like
so
Bray Wyatt. This was like Bray Wyatt's idea before he passed away, was he wanted to create something like this.
Yeah.
And I feel like WWE's personally screwing it up.
So I'm looking at the Evolution pay-per-view poster.
Yes.
And July 13th is when it's going to be. I think that's a Sunday.
Yep.
You have pretty much every champion holding a belt.
Yeah. Which I think is a good thing. I just wish WrestleMania would have done the same thing. Every title defended on that at that event, but this works.
We have
big question is, do we get an attempt at a cash in? Like, say you have Tiffany Stratton versus whoever, Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, whoever. Does Naomi cash in?
That would be
something, because Tiffany was saying, hey, cash in. You want to do it? You want this title so bad? Come on, let's do it. And I can't believe they're going to run back Tiffany versus Nia Jax. It's like, we've moved on from that. It's time for Miss Tiffany to go up against someone else.
Right.
We know she never really got to have a proper feud with Jade Cargill. That's for sure.
No.
But
that would be historic if a cash-in happens.
Yep. Would it be a failed cash-in or a successful one? That's the other big question. It's on the women's side, they've never had a failed cash-in.
Huh, I never knew that.
Ooh. Here we go. Thomas says, I can see Naomi cashing in during Jade's match. That is if you have Jade versus Tiffany go up against each other at Evolution. But based on what I'm looking at, Thomas, I'm thinking we're going to get Tiffany versus Nia. I don't know. There's also a possibility on the other side, you could have Naomi cash in on either whoever, if like say whoever Io Sky faces in Evolution for the women's world title. So Naomi can go after whoever she wants.
Yeah. Io hasn't been used at all.
No, she hasn't. That worries me a little bit.
Everybody's a little upset about it.
Oh, yeah. They're like, she's the champ. What are you doing?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. No, believe me, we don't want to see Tiffany versus Nia either, Thomas. We don't. I don't think either of us want it. Because that's already been done. That's over and done with. They need to. That's why on Friday night SmackDown, I didn't understand why the heck Nia decided to attack Tiffany when Naomi's standing right there with a briefcase, and Nia tells her, "Get out of here. Go away." Yeah. Because the old saying, if looks could kill. In Nia's case, she's looking at Naomi and is like, "Get the hell out of here. Go. Take your briefcase and leave." Yeah, I am not understanding any of this at all. Why are you rehashing old feuds? Why are you not using certain? Yeah, there's Thomas's comment right there. I don't get it. I just don't get it. You think Vince is secretly booking again, Thomas? Oh my God! You better not be. You better not be. I don't care what Jonathan Coachman says. If Vince coming back, no, I don't buy it.
Well, there's rumors that
there is.
Well, not only that, but if things don't work out or things flop, with TKO and all that.
Yeah.
TKO might just go, you know what?
Screw it.
I think we're through.
Yeah. We're done.
Yeah.
We're done. This TKO went into debt, first requiring WWE and getting AAA. They're in debt because of it, and it's going to take at least, from whatever, maybe like 5 or so years for them to get out of the red. For those of you who don't know, red means they're in the negative.
Right. Red is bad.
Red is bad. Black is good. Yeah. And, all this stuff is just, and there's also conflict between Nick Khan and Triple H. Supposedly Triple H didn't. Yeah, we know. I don't think TKO is selling anytime soon either, because they feel like they've invested so much. There's just no point in backing out now unless they really feel like they really have to, and this might be a situation where they don't feel like they have to.
Yeah.
And I've heard stories where there's conflict between Triple H and Nick Khan, especially as concerning the R-Truth situation. Triple H said no, but Nick Khan, who's above him in the chain of command, said, "Look, we screwed up. We shouldn't have let him go." So
I think
it was Nick Khan who brought. It was the reason R-Truth is back. Triple H is just like, "Nope, get him out of here." But Triple H is not the boss, and Nick Khan is the boss. Oh, NWO Red and Black was good in '98.
What happened? Oh.
Thomas comment there. NWO Red and Black was good in '98. That was back in '98. I saw those NWO Red and Black T-shirts way back when. I was like, "What in the world? Where'd you get that from?" But speaking of Nick Khan, speaking of Nick Khan, we know American Gladiators is coming back on Prime Video. It's going to be hosted by The Miz.
I'm excited. Some of the
Gladiators. Yep, I'm excited too. And 2 of the Gladiators are under contract with the AEW. That's Wardlow and Camille. Now, I read somewhere that supposedly there's some sort of drama going on concerning, because if The Miz is WWE and Wardlow and Camille are signed to AEW, there might be conflict. It sounds one-sided, or it just sounds like complete ass clickbait. Oh, you made the comment, Thomas, because you said red was bad and black is good. Okay.
I would
take it with a grain of salt, because it sounds like clickbait.
If it's not clickbait.
Right.
I mean, I think it's nothing to worry about, because
no, it's nothing to worry about. I mean, I'm sure that was one of the things Prime Video executives said. Look, put aside the differences, because you guys happen to work for different wrestling companies, and just work together. Put together a really good, entertaining show, like we know you can do, and just
And I was thinking too, you have Aleister Black and
Yep.
Zelina at the time.
Right.
Different wrestling companies.
Mm-hmm. All right, look at Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews married. He's in AEW. She's in WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's clickbait.
It is
That's what
absolutely.
Thomas is saying.
And Thomas is in agreement with us on the clickbait thing. I don't think there is any issue. I just think the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer, just trying to stir the pot.
He likes
I could use a different word, but this isn't for bros, so I'm not going to.
It's not PG.
This is not. It's not PG. It's not PG at all.
I should have that. So if you have something we can think for.
All right, I think it was our truth that said, I don't think that's PG. Oh my god! But that old Gladiators thing, that just sounds like clickbait. I don't think there's any drama. I think Meltzer's trying to look for drama where there isn't any.
The winner of American Gladiators gets a shot at The Miz at WrestleMania. Who needs the Royal Rumble?
You get to enter at number 30.
The winner of American Gladiators gets number 30 in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's crazy.
One of the contestants is Goldberg.
The guy. Don't do.
Oh wait, he'd be.
I don't even think Ace would wish that on anybody. Yeah, we're having too much fun here, Thomas. I know. Oh.
Then all of a sudden you hear him go, "Oh wait, we made Gilbert." Did you see Hornswoggle's interview with Chris Van Vliet?
I might have seen a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I know he's been on other shows critical of what's his name? It's totally separate. Sorry, but yeah, might have seen a little bit of it.
He was talking about, I think, his first interaction with Triple H. I think it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He thought he was a Make-A-Wish kid.
Oh, they had no idea, did they?
I didn't see the whole interview, but
no, I didn't either.
That clip, and it's like,
yeah, I don't watch a lot of Chris Van Vliet anyway. I mean, I might see clips every once in a while, depending on whether they're on YouTube or Instagram or X, that sort of thing. Usually depends on the person he's interviewing.
He's pretty good.
He's really good.
From the looks of it, he doesn't use notes. He just kind of
he just wings it really, and he's really good at it too. It's like he doesn't really need a list full of questions. He doesn't need a script or anything.
I think he probably lists 10 questions, maybe 20,
probably.
But I think he just mainly, like, he asks a question, they answer, and then he's like, okay, it's follow up. It's just whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of some examples. I can't think of one right now.
Right.
Oh, excuse me.
But yeah, there's a lot been going on for wrestling.
Oh, sorry, everybody, about the yawning there. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting closer to All In for AEW in Arlington, Texas again, July 12th.
Yeah.
Same as Saturday Night Main Event. That's still the counter programming. And this is based on tweets I've seen. The counter programming WWE is doing to counter anything AEW is doing is really getting annoying.
A little bit,
AEW's one of their biggest pay-per-view events, All In, is going up against Saturday Night's Main Event, which you can find on NBC and Peacock. You just have to turn on your local NBC affiliate. Or if you have Peacock, you turn that on too. But I mean,
I can miss
All In with. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I can miss Saturday Night's Main Event.
I mean, yeah, Because I mean, we don't know what the card's going to look like for that, but I don't think it's really going to be anything to sneeze about, really.
For main event.
Oh, for Saturday night's main event, yeah. I mean, who knows what that match card's going to look like?
Because right now for All In, you have Toni Storm versus
Mercedes
Moné.
Yep.
Yeah. John Moxley and Heyman Adam Page.
Yep, for the world title.
And Kazuchika Okada.
Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega in a I guess you could call it a title unification match, because they did reveal what the new belt is going to look like when they go up against each other, called the AEW Unified Belt, which is beautiful, but the title is stupid. Oh, Corny Thomas. All In is in the afternoon, so Great American Bash is going head-to-head. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So I think that's NXT, I think, Great American Bash.
It is.
Okay,
yeah.
So we're
and then Sunday.
there. Yeah.
And then Sunday, you're going to have
Evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this weekend's going to be like extremely jam-packed with wrestling. Saturday night's main event, All In.
It'll be at 2 p.m. Central Time in Texas.
Right. Jeez. They haven't built up, like there's no TNT title match lined up. You don't have
not yet.
Tag team title, not yet. That tag team titles I don't think they got that figured out
yet. They still have 27 more matches to go.
They still 20. And that includes the buy-in, by the way, everybody.
Okay, 31.
They haven't got they only have the three matches for 3 titles. And I think on one of them, we could say for absolute certainty, Toni Storm's losing that AEW Women's Championship, because Mercedes Moné is all about trying to get every single stinking belt she can get. She even challenged for the CMLL Women's title at AEW's Grand Slam Mexico event. And I'm like, more gold? It's like, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Goldberger's going through for the World Heavyweight title. It's headlining Saturday night's main event. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I changed. Ace, if I were you, I would, as soon as that comes on, click.
The one thing I don't like.
You don't want to see it.
The one thing I don't like about AEW's pay-per-views is
they overload them.
The
buy. Yeah, it's
like $50.
$50. Yeah, I used to get them on Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
And I never had an issue with Bleacher Report. Good thing about what they did with Triller TV is they allowed me to keep the ones that I bought. Mm-hmm. And now it's pretty much, I think, on Prime Video. I haven't heard when they're going to start making them available on Max to watch as they're, live as they're going on. It's the same thing in Prime Video. I took a look. It's still $49.99 plus tax, depending on where you live in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Unless you live here in Montana, they don't have a sales tax, so that's it. So I just paid. the $50 straight there, right then and there. But oh boy,
that's the only downfall on their 30 matches.
Yes.
And I know I joke,
the buy-in,
but even
and then you have the main show. It's just look. I get you want to give everybody an opportunity, but you can't really do that. That's probably why a lot of WWE pay-per-view, like Money in the Bank, for example, I think was like 5 matches, I think, on the card. The 2 ladder matches and I think 3 filler matches, including the Intercontinental title match that got added at the last minute because of Dominic Mysterio's actions at Worlds Collide.
Mm.
Yeah. So WWE is outdoing AEW in that respect, because they're not overloading their pay-per-views with a ton of matches. And AEW, I think it's just because you just want to make everybody happy, and you really can't.
You're making a single pay-per-view, or feel like it's a 2-night event.
Right, and I mean, if you're gonna do a 2-night event, make it a 2-night event. You can have like
it should be a 2-night event.
6 matches night 2.
There should be All In should be a 2-night event.
It should be. Definitely should be. Thomas says, after the Angle through shot on Wednesday, Omega is winning the out. I think he is. He's winning. He's going to beat Okada. I don't doubt it for a second. I mean, especially after like Omega got beaten up and started spitting up blood.
Ooh.
Okay, I understand the guy had to have some of his colon taken out because of a diverticulitis, which is inflammation of pockets that develop in your colon. I get that. And he's got to be super careful because, one really bad bump and he's out of commission pretty much. One false move and he's done.
Right.
And I'm sure, during the match, Okada's going to do his best to make sure that nothing major, like you can beat him up, but don't beat him up to the point where he's basically in agony and screaming like crazy and just screaming his head off. You don't want that.
Mm-mm.
No, you don't. Because I mean, who knows how long who knows how long Omega's gonna keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it definitely, to me, I think this is what they've been hyping up for All In for a while, and I definitely think Omega's gonna win. Now, whether this match will be All In's main event, I don't know. I don't have any idea.
I think it's gonna be
Co-main event.
No, I think it.
No?
Well, it could be, but
Possible.
Moxley.
Mox and Hangman are probably going to main event. I mean, I know there's a little side thing going on involving. I don't know why I thought of this. They should do a gauntlet match, and since he was involved in this whole storyline here, Will Ospreay should be in the gauntlet match, and I don't know why the scenario keeps playing in my head. You have him win that at All In, and then say if Mox retains, have Ospreay do kind of like a Money in the Bank cash in, except the contract is in a kind of like in a silver clipboard case instead of a briefcase with the signature on the contract, and you can cash in, and then you can have him win that. But I know that sounds insanely far-fetched, but that's just what keeps playing in my head pretty much.
Speaking of unique matches, NXT is going to have a eliminator match.
Oh.
For the women, I think it's the Women's North American Championship.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, right now, Sol Ruka is the one holding the belt, so I guess they're trying to look for an opponent for her.
Or maybe it's, I don't know, one of the international.
One of them.
On NXT side.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The winner will go to Evolution.
Yeah, for Evolution. Yeah, wait a minute. No, it's an NXT Women's title match to see who faces JC Jane. Yeah.
That's right.
I had to go back and remember that one. And back to AEW, Thomas says, I can see Darby Allin returning and costing Mox the title. It was possible. I mean,
they need to break
over a month since he finished his ascent up Mount Everest.
Climb one mountain and climb another.
Yeah. This is just what's been upsetting me. Your whole having Mox hold this title, so that when Darby comes back and can take it from him or screw him over.
Hey,
I don't know anymore. It's just
it's just gotten
so confusing.
It's like I kept your seat warm.
Yeah, Hangman be like, yeah, I kept my seat warm for you, or Mox can say that. I don't know.
But what would be unique? What would be unique for a match is, have like an eliminator or a gauntlet match or something like that.
Right.
But have the eliminated, competitors, be ranked, and that's how you would. That would be the ladder to face the champion.
Right. Well, we're still talking NXT, right?
Well, I mean, just in general, it'd be a different way to figure out your list of competitors.
But yeah, it looks like and I don't see back to NXT. I don't see JC Jane holding on to that championship much longer. I don't. I think she got lucky because of her faction Fatal Influence helped her win over Stephanie Vaquer, and that personally did upset me. I know. Stephanie was going to go to the main roster anyway, but I would have had her stay NXT champion for a little bit longer before you do that. But that's just how I would have booked. That's just fantasy booking on my part.
Well, you can. what I could see is maybe Jordan Grace holding the title for a little bit.
Yeah, that's another one.
See how she
Yeah,
does
she
this
was on
camp.
NXT. Yeah, yeah, because there was a rumor she was going to go to SmackDown, but nothing's
still
really
could.
happened. I think she's saying, "Wait a minute on that one. I don't want to go up just yet."
And maybe that's why she could hold a title.
Right, that's possible.
See how it goes.
Mm-hmm. And then move on from there. Yeah. It definitely looks like it's going to be. I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting to see out of whichever 4 women they pick for their June 24th episode of NXT, who's going to end up being ultimately the one to face JC Jane at Evolution. This is going to be it's going to be a big deal.
You're going to have 6-7 matches up there.
Probably.
For Evolution.
Oh, yeah.
But only because it hadn't been so, it's been forever.
Yeah.
And they don't usually highlight the women
years,
like that.
I think. No, they don't. They did 2018. And then I guess everyone just assumed there was going to be another one coming up. And then as the years have gone by, everyone's like, people still asked about it. And there were reports coming out like there's just no plans for it. There's no plans for it. We're not even thinking about it. And then next thing you know, it's there 6 years later. It's coming back.
Right.
I mean, heck, we could probably get maybe a triple threat for Evolution with Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Because Bayley did make her
going to be
Raw on Monday, and I think Bayley's going to be on tomorrow night on Raw.
That would be interesting.
Yep. Definitely adds intrigue to this little storyline that's going on with the Women's Intercontinental title.
It does.
I mean, I know I'm curious. Like, geez, Bayley, what do you have to say for yourself? What's on your mind?
Ding dong.
Ding dong, hello. I think she's moved past that.
Yeah.
She's definitely moved past that. Oof.
I think that's all I have.
Let's see.
What about you?
What about me? Let's see.
Yeah. Anything else?
Let's see. Oh yeah, there's the advertisement for WWE Super Show Mexico. You see a good number of people. Rey Mysterio, you got Stephanie Vaquer, Seth Rollins, The New Day, Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, Dominic Mysterio. This should be interesting. I think it's July 26th and 27th, I think. Because I can't read Spanish. To the translation. Yeah.
I saw that and I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, here it is. It says WWE returns to Mexico with 2 action-packed super shows. Enjoy your favorite superstars on July 26th at Arena CDMX and Sunday, July 27th at Arena Monterrey. So that should be interesting. So it's going to be Mexico. So
I can't remember when.
Arena CDMX, based on what I'm reading here, is in Mexico City, and Arena Monterrey pretty much explains itself. It's in Monterrey, Mexico. So that should be definitely interesting.
I can't remember. I can't remember when, but GCW is coming to Texas.
Oh, Tom, question: who is going to be Oba Fett?
And it's going to feed.
Oh, you said GCW is coming to Texas.
Who's going to be Oba Femi?
Yeah, Thomas had a question about.
And it's going to have Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona. I don't know. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see, I'm trying to look here. Oh, here's
I don't know.
Here's the eliminator matches for the women's matches for Evolution. We have Jordan Grace versus Lola Vice, Zarya versus, it looks like, Izzy Dame, Kalani Jordan versus Lash Legend, and then Thea Hale versus Jada Parker. I know some people. I know a certain someone, wink, wink, who's going to be rooting for Miss Parker. Miss Parker. I have another friend who's going to be rooting for Miss Lola Weiss. Yeah. Those are the eliminator matches. But as for Obafemi's next, I don't know. He did. I mean, he didn't do. I think Jasper Troy gave Obafemi definitely a run for his money. As for who should step up next, I mean, I can't honestly think of anybody off the top of my head that Femi could face. He's probably just gonna just squash him, pretty much. I can't think of anybody. Yeah. I mean, he's already gone through pretty much a lot of people. Like I mentioned, Jasper Troy went up against Miles Bourne. Oof, I have no clue.
Maybe.
I mean, do you run it back? I mean, here's the thing: do you run it back with Jasper Troy? I'm not 100% sure. I doubt it.
Right.
You could give Jasper Troy a little bit more time to rebuild himself back up after that match, and then give it another shot. If that's the direction you want to go in with him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I mean, possibly.
It's possible. Yeah, and then we have Mariah May making her debut on NXT, and she actually debuted her ring name, Blake Monroe. There's two reasons. Blake is the name of Mariah May's niece. Monroe, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Mariah May, she's kind of like a blonde bombshell, kind of like Marilyn Monroe. So kind of makes sense. Even though some people are just like, what? Like, what kind of name is that? We liked Mariah May. Hey, I liked Mariah May too. But when I later heard the reasons behind the name, I'm like, okay, it's cute and it makes sense.
You have to, if you're going to, have a name change in wrestling or whatever.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, exactly. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Have it mean something to you. That's the main thing. And some are saying she's kind of ripping off the gimmick Toni Storm has in AEW, but Toni Storm's gimmick is more like she's going back to like the classic old Hollywood movie stars of like the 1920s and 30s, whereas I'll keep calling her Mariah May goes right into the 1950s with the blonde bombshells and all that.
Yeah, but I could see the similarities.
It is the similarities, yeah.
And maybe that's what people don't like.
Yeah.
But I know like
Ricky
Starks, he's now Ricky Saints.
That's because he's from New Orleans.
New Orleans background.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
New Orleans is the reason why with him. I'll still call him Ricky Starks because he's Ricky Starks the main damage.
Right, but his name makes sense. His WWE name makes sense.
Yeah, his WWE name makes sense because of where he's from.
Right.
Yeah. Mariah May, understandable with her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But other than that,
I don't have anything else.
I don't either.
You?
Nope, I don't.
So with that, any final thoughts, Christy?
Just thank everyone for watching and just stay tuned to Coast for more cool stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna have some cool stuff coming. We'll be back for another episode of Between the Ropes. Enjoy the wrestling week. Enjoy, I guess, the little wrestling we have because it's going to be coming full force here soon.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Thomas. And we'll be back next week for Between the Ropes. So with that, have a good week.
Good night, everybody.